Hey there again, all my favorite people, back here for some more Super Double Dragon, and we are on Mission 5 currently. This is the mission I was able to make it up to when I first gave a shot at playing this, and died. Good job, me, yeah. Anyway, just working on some more commentaries before I go down to dinner at the shelter. Grandma came home before I was all done, so now I figured I'll give a shot at doing some more while sitting here in the car. I have some privacy, I can talk about any and all stupid shit I want to talk about, and hopefully you continue to watch it because, you know, it's stupid shit to talk about. I'm going to try to leave plenty enough videos so I can, wake up tomorrow and talk about some dreams I had or something, because that usually makes interesting stuff to talk about. I was going to do it this morning, but I ended up not doing so because, you know, I woke up and I was trying to remember my dream. I remember some of it, but the constant ticking of the clock across the room continually distracted me, so I did not remember as much as I would have preferred or liked to have. Because dreams are pretty cool. Yeah, I don't need any dream interpretations, because I used to do a lot of dream analysis. So for the most part, I know what most dream objects, items, symbols represent, so I don't really need anybody telling me, oh, this is what your dreams meant. Don't tell me. They usually just hint to usual shit going on anyway. It's like, oh yeah, that's happening. Like, many years ago, I used to do, you remember Dead Journal, maybe. Depends how lame you were. If you were lame enough to have Dead Journal, you might have been on LiveJournal instead. This was many years ago, like 10 years ago nearly. So anyway, I used to have a Dead Journal group page where, you know, people would submit their dreams and I would analyze them. Well, one guy, he started doing it and he found it to be a bit too much because he got too busy at the time anyway. So he handed the reins over to me. And I did it for a little bit, but you know what, I ended up, because it just takes so much time to analyze them, the little symbols and all the little small details, and sometimes you have to go back and forth to figure out exactly what was going on. Because, I mean, symbols aren't just general, overall, you know, symbols, like, it could also relate to different personal experiences and how you would interpret that as well. Like, for example, I had this, woman to me come with a dream about she was killing babies and, you know, drowning them in bathtubs full of blood, and she was having dreams of waterfalls of dead babies, and the waterfall of water was made of blood and this and that, and you know, I went ahead and interpreted it. I was kind of off, but then like 2 or 3 responses later, I realized that it was actually pretty dead on, because she just aborted her child not too long ago. Her boyfriend had a big issue about her aborting her child, and she also felt bad about aborting her child. So, yeah, not quite sure why you wanted to tell that to a complete stranger. For all you know, I'm one of those crazy pro-lifer fuckers, nutcases, and I could have flipped out on her, but I'm not, obviously. I believe in, you know, pro-choice. In fact, I think humans should be euthanized, just in the aspect of population control alone, but that's an entirely different video altogether. You know, I mean, we're overpopulated, nobody can get fucking jobs because there's too many people and not enough jobs. Aside from the economy being fucked, I mean, if we were to lose so many people, I mean, how many jobs would open right there? Especially if these people are useless. You know, money wouldn't be so bad either, because then, you know, people would have money. I mean, how bad was it when it was what is it, just pushing 7 billion? Didn't it just hit that mark not too long ago, if I am correct? And, I mean, how bad was it when we had 6 billion? I'm sure we went through a recession back then. We've gone through a couple recessions over the years. But this is probably one of the worst in many, many, many times. And hopefully it just improved sooner rather than later. But, you know, I wish I would have done a video about it, because me and Circus went through and we had a long, lengthy discussion about it. And he asked all the right answers. And, I mean, if you notice and if you watch enough of my videos, you will know that I end up talking out of my ass sometimes, and I end up speaking on a lot of things that I do not put a lot of thought behind of what I am talking about or speaking about, and I just go ahead and shoot it out without even thinking about it. So if you catch, I'm sure you will notice a lot of those moments if you watch enough of my videos, that I'll just talk about the stupidest shit ever. You know, the most embarrassing, retarded, regretful type of shit. And that's partial explanation. I'm not the greatest at explaining things either. I've from like getting my point across sometimes. Sometimes I'll like shoot something out without thinking about it. But if I would have sat there and thought about what I was going to say, it would have made even more sense. And like sometimes I'll like skip little small details here and there, and that'll leave just such room for misinterpretation. I mean, you could skip out a few words and that'll change the entire fucking, you know, it'll just leave room for error, leave room for interpretation. But, you know, back then I wish I would have, before we lost all of our text conversation, unless there was a way to retrieve that, and if there's still a way to retrieve it, do let me know, but I don't think there is with the Android phone. But we had a lengthy conversation, he asked all the right questions, validated a lot of my points, we agreed on a lot of things, and that's cool. And really, I don't see why people would disagree with it, but, you know, we got people who are crazier than me, so. And I mean, it makes sense. Why can't we have population control? Why can't we just euthanize people? People are fucking animals too, we're mammals. If, you know, they haven't disproved that one too, we're something else other than, you know, mammals. But, I mean, we have no problem putting down our cats and dogs and pets, and, I mean, if you can do that, why can't we put down humans? Why make people suffer more, you know? Like, ever since a young age, I kind of came to that, you know, not realization, but kind of decision and viewpoint and opinion or matter. But I remember going in, I remember like a year or two before, I'm still a little fucking kid. But I remember meeting my great-grandmother a year or two before she, you know, eventually passed or something. And, you know, she was fine. She was still hobbling around, getting around, you know, all that good stuff. And, you know, whatever. I was just visiting in town. We went in for a visit, whatever. So, you know, a year or two later or something, we go to visit her in a nursing home, and she was just a complete fucking vegetable. There was nothing there. There was nobody there. Like, they were feeding her, but it's like, you know, body was doing it. You know, it was like an autopilot or whatever. There was nobody in there. Didn't respond to any, you know, any stimulation, really. You know, we're saying hi, hello, coming to visit, and they're just not there. Why, you know, why are we gonna keep this person around when that, you know, everything is just a waste? Sure, it keeps people employed to take care of these people who they have to wipe their ass and stuff, but why drag it on anymore? I mean, they're gone, so it's just a body, it's just a form. The soul, I mean, it's like the soul already left. But, you know, that's a deep topic, lengthy topic, much too lengthy for this small video. I shouldn't even be going into details or, you know, fleshing that out within this video, but maybe one day you won't be watching this video. Maybe. Yeah. That's a bit too much to get into, but yeah, as you see, I end up, you know, getting off topic and Anyway, hey, it looks like I did not get defeated by this guy, just like last time, doing his little roll thing and killing me. But you know what, in a moment I defeat him, so, you know, that's awesome, and I want to go ahead and be like, thank you for watching, you know, subscribe, like my videos, watch my other videos, and I'll see you next time.